Behind the news here with John Seiler, and I have a friend helping me today. This is Oliver. He turns 14 next week, and he's a little squirmy today, but I'll put him down for now. So we have today a special envelope that I got in the mail. And remember Karnak the Magnificent from Johnny Carson's show back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, and even early 90s? He had this thing called Karnak the Magnificent. So now we have Seiler the Stupendous. And what happens is I divine the answer of what's in this. It's been held in a mayonnaise jar since noon today at Gavin Newsom's campaign headquarters in Marin County, California, the richest area in the world, which is where he lives. So, in a $9 million compound. So, we go with Seiler the Stupendous. I will divine what is in here. What is the worst, most anti-democratic, dictatorial, and expensive initiative in American history? What is the worst, most anti-democratic, dictatorial, and expensive initiative in American history? So let's find out here. I have my special combat knife, soon to be illegal in California by Governor Newsom. He's going to ban knives and guns in America if he becomes president. So let's see here. We'll open this up somehow. All right. Opening this up. Original. Let's see what's in here. Okay. What we have is Proposition 50. Proposition 50 on the November 4th ballot. We can go over this. And if you're a Democrat in California, you get 10 of these in the mail. And you can do all of them. But if you're Republican, you get one, and who knows, I'll probably throw it out. So let's go over it here. Instructions for voting. We know how to do that. Measures submitted to voters. It's plural, measures. But there's only one. And this whole thing is costing $30 million. You think you could pave some roads with that? They just paved mine out here, so I can't complain about that 2 weeks ago. But in other areas of California, especially Los Angeles, I know people that go there, potholes everywhere. So let's see. It says, State of California Proposition 50. This is what voters read, okay? Most people don't read all the other stuff. Authorizes temporary changes to congressional district maps. That's fake because when this expires in 2030, they will redo it again. Be on the ballot again, 2030. Oh, everything is terrible. Trump he won again in 2028. He's a dictator. So it says authorizes temporary changes to congressional district maps in response to Texas partisan redistricting. And that's where Texas, a couple months ago, their legislature changed their their districts for the U.S. Congress, so they would get 4 or 5 more seats. But that was wrong. I don't agree with that at all. That's gerrymandering, and this would be gerrymandering. As your mom said, two wrongs don't make a right. But I wrote something in my Substack. Make sure you read my Substack, johnseiler.substack.com, a couple of days ago. You can read it here, get all the details. So the GOP strength in California, GOP is Republicans. Trump got 38% of the vote in 2024, last November, a year ago, 38%. But currently, there are only 17% of congressional delegation from California is Republican. 17, it's nine delegates, 17%. So that's gerrymander right there already. They already did it. Currently we have the Citizens Redistricting Commission. California was enacted by the voters in 2010. And it worked sort of well, but only 17% for Republicans. And if this is enacted, Proposition 50, the legislature rigged, because the Democrats run the legislature, they have 3/4 of the votes. It would reduce it to only 4 or 5 Republicans, or 8% of the 8%. So they're complaining about Texas, but we already have gerrymandering here. We already have unrepresentation. This is anti-democratic, and it would make it even worse. 38% of Republicans, 38% of people rather, voted for Trump, and only 8% would be in our congressional district. So next, it explains this. It says requires temporary use of congressional district maps through 2030. They don't tell you who did it. We found out it's Nancy Pelosi and her crew, of course. They design these gerrymandered maps. They go all over the place, all over. Nobody can tell where they are. And the current ones, despite their problems, they try to keep cities together. For example, Anaheim has their representative is for the city, and Santa Ana, that kind of thing. Maybe they're combined a little bit. But this one would divide them all up. You would have your city could have 2 or 3 representatives, even if it's a small city. So next, directs the Independent Citizens Redistricting Commission to resume enacting congressional district maps in 2031. So they're independent, but then they won't be independent. Independent. Does that make sense? No. And next it says establishes policy supporting nonpartisan redistricting commissions nationwide. That's meaningless. Fiscal impact, one-time costs to counties of up to a few $1 million statewide to update election materials to reflect new congressional district maps. And that is totally fake because it's going to cost $300 million. $300 million. And next in this ballot, we have you can request translated materials into numerous languages. Here I see Korean, Chinese, Arabic, and they don't have Pig Latin now. Too bad, somebody getting slighted there. Okay, then we have instructions, and then we have this thing right here. It says voter location centers and so on. And we also have ballot drops locations, and you can send these around in California. Let's see. Okay, then you have this thing that you sign right here. But going back to what you get, this is all you get. There's also in the mail, you get another pamphlet which people just throw out. Although I'm going to write something based on mine, but right now I'm just going on this. And you you can read through that and have some explanation. The legislative analyst does a good summary of all of it. They're still independent. They're part of the legislature, and even though it's rather 3/4 of the legislature is Democrats. The legislative analyst office, they're bipartisan and they are objective. They have a kind of um, professional honor on the line there. So that's good if you want to read that thing, which is also online. But almost everybody's just going to read this, and then they see the ads on TV, and Newsom is talking all about fascism. Trump is taking over, and he's not going to have an election in 28. And there are a lot of stuff that I don't like Trump's doing, and you can read online about that. He's supposed to end the Ukraine war, 24 hours. He didn't. I don't like all these raids in the cities. In Washington D.C., that's one thing because it's a federal city. But when he's going into Chicago and Memphis, those places are going to be a mess no matter what. If people want to change it, they can change it, like New York City did in the 90s. They elected Giuliani, cracked down on crime. Then they had Bloomberg, followed him as mayor, the billionaire, and he continued good policies. But then they got this guy De Blasio. I think it was 93 he was elected, and he wrecked everything. Well, the current mayor Adams is kind of good, but he had some other problems. And now he's going to be replaced with this new guy, Mamdani, basically a communist. But if they want to have communism, what am I to say? Anyway, getting back to this whole thing is a vanity project for Gavin Newsom because, for one thing, he's getting a lot of national publicity about it. He's the champion for destroying democracy in California. If this passes, which it looks like it's going to, then Republicans will be wiped out in California. We'll have almost no congressional seats, and they're already gone in the legislature. It's going to have a hard time ever having a governor again. And the second thing is what he's getting is a huge list of donors around the country. When you run for president now, you need to get all these little donors that give $10, $20, $100, and then you keep hitting them for more money. and they love that. So, the people get enthused too. You just don't want billionaires supporting your campaign. They only get one vote each. So that's what Newsom's getting. He'll keep sending them things, emails and text messages and stuff in the mail, the regular mail asking for money. So that's what this is in California. If you're here, make sure you vote no, which I will be doing in a few minutes when I sign off here and mail this right away. I'll take Ollie with me. Where's Ollie? Oh, there he is. Let me get Ollie. Ollie, come here. Come here. Come here, Ollie. Usually when I talk on a phone like this, he gets jealous and starts barking and bothering me. But today he's camera shy. Well, Ollie, you're famous now. You're famous, huh? Well, maybe he'll be more enthusiastic next time. But he's my buddy. Keeps me going. Keeps me on 4 or 5 walks a day, right? Okay. So thanks everybody. And if you're in California, vote no. If you're not, well, come over here. We get free ballots to anybody who comes here. They'll just hand them out to you. You don't have to show you're voting. You don't have to show you're a citizen. You don't have to show your driver's license. As they say in Chicago, vote early and vote often. Till next time, bye.